two suspects among the shooters in Sacramento's worst mass shooting in history in court today. Thanks so much for staying with us here at 5. I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Elizabeth Kling. Our news is also streaming live on CBS News Sacramento right now.
DeAndre and Smiley Martin appeared briefly in court and had their cases continued to the end of May. Their lawyers said they haven't seen the evidence and can't move forward until they do.
Now, cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom today, but CBS 13's Madison Keevy was there, and she joins us live now outside the Sacramento County Jail where it all happened today. Madison.
Right, the Martin brothers in court today, the orange jumpsuits, blue medical masks over their face, their backs turned to the courtroom facing the judge. So it was nearly impossible to get a read on any kind of emotion or reaction they had in the very short, less than 3 minutes that they spent combined in the court today. But a third man who's not facing charges in connected to the shooting, but did have a gun in the aftermath of the shooting, is out. And I asked him questions on the street today and was left with even more questions and no answers. Davion Dawson not charged with crimes directly related to the shooting yet, but he was seen with a gun in the aftermath. He's one of 4 people who have been charged after the shooting, but unlike the others, he hasn't been named as a shooter by Sac police at this time. What we know, 6 people are dead and no murder charges have been filed. Of the 5 shooters Sac police believe were involved in the shooting between at least 2 groups of men affiliated with street gangs, only 3 have been identified. The first to be charged within 48 hours, DeAndre Martin. He faces charges for assault with a firearm and being prohibited person in possession of a firearm. Next to be charged, his brother, Smiley Martin. He spent nearly a month hospitalized with gunshot wounds from that night, but is now in Sac County Jail on possession of a firearm by a prohibited person and possession of a machine gun that Sac PD told CBS 13 was a modified handgun. Then, nearly 2 weeks after the shooting, Matula Payton named as a third shooter. He's not in custody but faces multiple felony warrants, including an April 2nd domestic violence incident, on top of gun charges.
Well, it's always very difficult, especially as you wait without having reports. It's very difficult for everyone.
That's DeAndre Martin's lawyer this afternoon. The Martin brothers both in court behind these doors, cameras not allowed. Their attorneys told CBS 13 and the court they haven't seen any evidence from the state. We've asked the DA's office about the protocol and why murder charges aren't on the list. In a statement, District Attorney Schubert's office called the investigation complex and, quote, as the investigation is ongoing, our ethical obligations as prosecutors prevent us from commenting on the evidence or the initial charging decisions. Okay, so what's next? Of course, the Martin brothers back in court at the end of May. I'm told by DeAndre's lawyer that when they get that evidence, they're expecting that here in the next few days, they'll have a better understanding of what the state's case might be. And in the end of May, DeAndre's lawyer says that might also be the opportunity where they would present some options for bail to get him out of Sac County Jail. But again, those are a lot of what ifs, and they still need to get their hands on that evidence, they say.